Hello, you beautiful beings of light. We are back.
We're back on this quarantine.
We've never left though.
Never left. And we're tapping into our different subjects that we think are important and pivotal, right? To take and to expand on. And today's topic is sacred sexuality. It was gonna be something completely different, and it ended up being that, right?
But guess what? That's something that is not talked about enough.
Absolutely.
It's something that's not truly addressed. I mean, even in the spiritual community, right? We're supposed to be like monks and saints and and it's not that way, guys. It's not. We are sacred sexual beings, and it's such an honor to get into this topic with you, Manuelita, because you guys want it. You need to hear it.
We've been doing a lot of ritual, a lot of cleansing, so much inner work these days, so much. And we did a gorgeous full moon release of our divine masculine, of certain parts of the lineage that needed to be healed.
AKA daddy issues.
Yeah.
AKA and back and back and back. Father, father's father, father's father's father. And just really all of the masculine DNA that has formed us down and down and down and down the line. But we really intentionally held ceremony last night, and it was powerful.
Of what has been passed to us genetically, and we've done a lot of release, and we feel great about it, manifesting the divine masculine, not only in terms of a partner, but actually tapping into our connection, because that's the duality that we live in. That's what we have in us. It is our sacred feminine and our sacred masculine. So today we decided to honor it. Although we're always doing our sacred feminine circles and everything, it's just that we decided to give
We
it
want to
some
honor
space.
you, man. We want to honor, just this beautiful counterpart.
Yes.
Whether it's in a friendship, whether it's in our own families, or whether, like she was saying, it's this partner that we're manifesting to finally meet us where we are, vibe on our frequency, co-create with us. Aladdin, you have to see that previous episode to get that. But we are honoring you today, the masculine, the men of our life, the men of this planet, of this time.
We realize how important it is to really hold space for them. You know, men, society has shifted them into these beings that supposedly have no emotions, and I think
all
that's
mental.
so unfair. What is it that we're teaching them as mothers, sisters, friends? Yeah. What do we put up with? What do we allow for, or not allow for them to express themselves? And I think this is a beautiful space to honor that.
Just to get right into it, we're not talking about every single man out there. We're talking about the ones we've had personal experiences with, also general themes that we've seen, and we can start with talking about where are all the men who operate from the heart, who can be, their natural, innate selves, and yet also really tune into this, really act, really speak from a heart-centered space.
Not being scared.
Because that's the divine masculine. Not someone who's just all up here, ideas, action, go, 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 and also here. Because men are very much action oriented. They
Right.
act from the solar plexus. They're like, I need to achieve, I need to get, I need to conquer. Traditionally, and like you were saying, men have been put in this category to act from here and to act from here.
And there's a disconnection between one and the other,
Well,
you know, and this is like
there's a few important things
right,
in
exactly.
between here and here.
What is happening in between, and how do you actually jump from one energetic point towards the other without having that natural flow of things? I'm gonna jump right into, you know, like sex and connection. You know, how much that has been lost in a lot of the things. What's the status quo? What are the paradigms? What comes with the idea of sex? What has, you know, like certain industries, like the porn industry has created and objectified women and, you know, created this idea that is completely false, that sex is this thing that is like bam, 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 and that's it. And it's like, you know, I was reading about cosmic sexuality. When women have sex, the connection is formed after the fact. And for men, the disconnection is formed. And this is because we can orgasm through, like, for the inside. And
They
for
have
them,
to
and
from
they
the
have to
outside.
release. And, you know, in cosmic sexuality, if you actually start studying Tantra, you can actually hold the juice of love. And that way, you know, you can create that balance and connection that can remain for you to be able to stay with your partner in intimacy, right?
So there's this thing in media, in movies, in film, it's called the male gaze. Are you familiar with it?
No, please
So
explain.
it's how the lens sees a woman has been dictated now basically since all of these decades of filmmaking.
Right.
And so you were talking about objectification. It's
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But it's literally the way you show a woman is usually through a man's
Right.
gaze.
And this is
How
something-
does he see her?
right.
How
I
does
wanna jump in because we both have worked on this industry and we have seen how male dominant it is and how much, you know, the perspective of men, because it's like all the stories, most of the stories are being written by men, shot by men,
Edited by men.
produced by men, and or okayed by men. Even if it like if the actual content comes from a woman, most of the heads of the studios are
sex producers.
right, and these are the people that give the final okay for this information that is going to get to the masses, is going to be distributed.
Through media and through film, as you're saying, men have mainly dictated how other men see women.
Right.
How are they perceived? How are
And
they
how
observed?
women,
How are they
see it,
experienced? Very sexual.
right?
Very much like that thing I need to attain, that thing I need to get, conquer, make mine. You know, I need to get it.
And a lot of
Literally,
times,
get it.
right, we both have both in us. Like, it is this beautiful duality, this beautiful balance of like having your sacred masculine and your sacred feminine, and tapping into that is the real power that I think that we want to convey, because we're tired of just like playing one role. And we were talking about this today, you know, it's like, stop categorizing us. We're multi-dimensional beings. We have, and I'm not talking only about women, I'm talking about men and women. And let's stop separating. Sometimes I have a little bit of trouble saying sacred feminine or sacred masculine. Yes, because you are brought into a female body or a male body, but that doesn't mean that it's not within you. And this is I think our overall message today.
So when specifically speaking to the people that identify as men, the masculines out there, the parts of you that have been suppressed, so your vulnerability, your softness, your emotional, the emotional being that you are, because like we're saying, being emotional is not a feminine trait. It's a human trait. But guess what? Women have been labeled emotional, right? Because it's easier for us to tap in, but it doesn't mean that men can't tap into that.
And I think that it's not even easy for us. It's just like that somehow somebody decided that we were allowed to and that they were not.
Females, in the way we interact with males and these men, that we're trying to like remind them and show them like, you are divine, you are sacred, you are the sacred masculine, if you so choose to step up to the plate, step into that role.
I think that there's so much strength on showing a vulnerability.
And another word for vulnerability, it could be truth.
Right.
Because let's just get real, like men hurt. Men get disappointed, men get sad.
Right.
Why can't they show that?
Exactly.
Why can't they show that truth in that moment? We're not saying, cry all the time and be sappy all the time. Tap into it when it's there, when you feel it, when you feel it.
And also teaching the sacred feminine to learn how to hold space for them the way that they do with us. It is so important, especially when you're in a relationship, to gift that safety to your partner, to truly hold the space when they feel like they want to open up. So many times is that their parents might have silenced them, and like these wounds,
friends,
right?
As well.
But these wounds come from childhood a lot of times, and when you were a kid, that it was okay to cry when you hurt yourself, and then
not even all the time for little boys,
right?
Not even all the time.
But that's where I'm going. Like, there is a specific time when the parent or the father decides that now you're old. Let's say 5 or 6. Oh, you're a man now. Now you shouldn't be crying about these sissy things. And it's just like, you're still a child. And then we wonder, why is there like this lack of connection? When you start dating and so many men that like don't open up, that they just truly, they don't respect sex, when they don't respect the connection that they're making with you, when they don't know how to be intimate. There's a few instances that I've had to teach men to be intimate, and I'm talking about while having sex. That the connection, it's serious. I'm serious. This connection.
I'm really here. It's not just the double, my body double, like the inflatable version of me. I'm really here with you. Meaning, see me.
Connect. Yes.
See me.
Right.
Feel me.
When I've run into this, it's like, what have you been taught? What have you absorbed? Who have you encountered in your life that you have not created an actual connection while being the most intimate that you can be?
I'm not sure if we talked about this in another episode, but I know you and I personally have talked about the fact that we don't have initiations anymore. Right. In that pivotal age of puberty, like a man to his son, or the community of men to this boy that's about to enter manhood. And the same for females. So when we don't have this really important milestone acknowledged, ritualized, where they get to understand and be taught and be shown, and really, like you're saying, be shown how to treat a woman, be shown or told or explained about what sexuality and what the sexual act really is.
Right.
Like what its highest possible expression.
Right. The way to truly connect is when you activate all of your chakras. When you truly are in this flow of energy, because that's what a sexual act is. The It is the entering and the sharing of energy. You are receiving and you're giving, and this is what is happening, right? And so many people stay on the lower chakras, and that's so primal. I mean,
It's not even just the men, women
right,
as
right,
well.
right. No, I'm not saying only men. I'm saying people in general. Why are we not teaching, or why are we not learning about these gorgeous connections that we can have, these cosmic orgasms, this like true connection? When you activate the whole Kundalini and you exchange that with your partner, that is the most beautiful thing that you will experience on this earth. That is a connection to your divinity. That is actually having an outer body experience. And yet we don't know about this. Yet I've talked about this to so many friends and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But you know
I
what?
haven't experienced
That's
it.
ancient wisdom. That's,
Right.
you were saying, that's Tantra, that's Taoism, that's a million other ancient sacred practices and teachings that, again, were either purposefully, likely purposefully removed from our knowing so that we could be these lower chakra primal beings, right?
Yeah.
We have lost our divinity.
And the connection.
And I'm talking about as a whole, as a planet.
Yeah.
Most humans have lost their connection to the God within them, to the God that you are, that you came here as.
Yeah.
And therefore, why would a sexual act show you and express divinity if you don't even know that you're God?
Right.
That's what you are. That is our essence. That's our truth.
And that is the power of creation that we own. We own this power. This belongs to us. And the fact that it is so simple that a lot of times I'm like, really? Because it's like, all right, what do you do with your genitals? What comes?
No, I want to see where you're